Premix Papa, this is Premix Hotline. Hey, AJ, real quick question. What have you witnessed or encountered outside of Moto that you were able to relate to or find inspiration from? Yeah, like art, architecture, dance, music, or even nature. Thanks, man.
Excellent question. Premix
Excellent
Papa.
delivery as well.
Premix Papa with the best questions ever. Great book, by the way. I highly recommend everybody listening to this right now, go on Amazon and order Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. It's great. It's great. Did you read it?
Working on it.
Working on it.
We're
How deep are you into it?
like 2/3 of the way through.
What happened? Did you get stalled out 2/3 of the way through?
I got stalled out. Dude, it's July.
Yeah, we've been wide open.
I don't have any time.
Yeah. But what do you do right before you go to bed?
Listen to Joe Dispenza.
Okay,
'Cause I
that's
like
fair.
his voice.
What do you do right before that? Do you
Probably-
do some aimless scrolling?
Like for 15 minutes, maybe.
Okay.
If that.
Replace that 15 minutes
All
with
right.
reading a chapter of a book.
Okay. I'll work on
You
it.
could do it.
I know I could. I just.
So, what was the question? Inspiration.
What do you draw inspiration from that's not motocross?
Books. And it's all directly applicable to motocross racing. I think motocross racing is one of the, I've said it this many times on this podcast, one of the hardest possible situations to apply the right state of mind. But everything that I'm learning, how to think the right way, how to meditate, how to teach, how to learn, all of it is extremely applicable to motocross riding. Extremely applicable. And I don't necessarily read these books thinking just motocross. Actually, I usually don't think motocross, but it's constantly, when I read, I'll just get ideas, and whatever that idea is, it will usually apply to something. So if it's business, usually it's business, or if it's motocross, it can like change my mind in an instant how I perceive something and how I look at certain situations. There was a lot of things my entire career and life in riding a dirt bike that I kind of thought one singular way and then realized it was just completely made up by me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a real thing the whole time. So yeah, read. If you don't think you like reading, you do. School probably just made you think you don't. It is such a good tool to help with creativity. I think it's the best tool to help with creativity, honestly. And it doesn't take much time either. I could sit down with a book and read a page. And that's all I need. Literally one page. I'll read it very thoroughly, so it might take me 20 minutes to read one page. Allie makes fun of me. I'll just reread it over and over. And what I've been doing, and I got out of this for like the last 45 days probably. I need to get back into it. I was reading to her at night, and I would read to her the way that I would read it in my head. And she thinks I'm a complete lunatic. So I would, if I got to a paragraph that was like beginning to resonate, but I didn't fully comprehend, I just read it over again.
Yeah.
And then read it over again and read it over again. And then once I fully downloaded it, I'm like, okay, then we could keep going on to the next thing.
I think that's important, and that's actually difficult to do.
Which part? That part?
Rereading something that you don't understand. It relates to how we teach. We just keep drilling in fundamentals, and then they finally have that aha moment when they fully resonate with
You
that
have to
certain topic.
not force it.
Yeah.
Is the key. Don't try and force understanding in something. And the same thing if you're trying to go to a dirt bike class, the Moto Academy class, and learn how to ride a dirt bike. It's difficult to do this because you're trying to make the best of the $250 that you spent for the day. You're trying to learn as much as you can, but just don't force it. Just try to be present and listen. And whatever you absorb, you absorb. most of the time it's not going to be much. If you're reading a book from front to back, first time through, you're realistically probably going to absorb 10% of it. If you're going to a class, spending the 6 hours with us, whatever it is, you're probably going to absorb 5% of it.
Probably not the best marketing strategy right there, but he has a reason for saying that, and he's going to explain. Just want to put that out there.
But
well, I mean, the answer to that is coming to more in the future. So
we're
that
getting
you,
inside of the Moto Academy app. You just need to be
well, either one.
either one, both. You just need to repetition
Right.
is the key to that, creating understanding, but just not forcing understanding. What the heck was the question? How did we get into talking about that?
Inspiration.
Where do you draw inspiration from other than motocross? We are so off the rails.
Yeah, and I like, I mean, the scenery of where the book is being read definitely is helpful. You know, in a bush. Let's see.
I like to read on the deck, like just in the sun
Sure.
in the morning.
That's great.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of
That's
coffee.
great. That's
Yeah.
great. Find a random bench, maybe in a park.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. The beach,
A shallow pond.
a shallow pond. Maybe. What about the beach?
I'm not a huge beach guy. There's a lot of noise from the waves, other people,
Whoa.
seagulls. I hate seagulls.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the sand is dirty where I'm from.
Whoa. I think you're going to the wrong beaches.
I am going to the.
Okay.
Look where I am in the country. Of course, I'm going to the wrong beaches.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta get you to the right beaches. Mountain setting.
Mountain setting would be beautiful.
Probably number one choice would be mountain setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Arabian Desert.
Not in July.
An airplane is usually where I do it.
Yeah, but do you always fall asleep when you're reading on an airplane? Because I'll read like 10 to 12 pages and I'm just like, just,
Oh yeah.
dude,
Oh
I
yeah.
can't be productive.
But you know what that means? What's happening when you're about to fall asleep?
Your waves are changing.
Yeah.
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 Is it from beta to gamma or gamma to beta or do
You'd
you
probably
know?
be going from beta to, I don't know if you can skip straight to theta. You're in theta.
Really?
You're in theta
I
right
should-
before you fall asleep.
Dude, all the time then I'm just going to be reading on the airplane. So I'm
So meaning that if that's the last thing that you're looking at is you're just dozing off,
yeah.
you're downloading.
You're in
it.
the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's valuable. So students, when you come to class, make sure you're extremely tired.
Yeah. Borderline dozing
Just
off.
so you're on the bike, just
Yeah.
doing one of those.
Right before you go to bed, right when you wake up.
Yeah.
Read a book, get inspired, get creative, think about how it applies to any part of your life.
We haven't talked to Cam much this podcast. We need to talk to Cam.
No,
more.
that's okay. I mean,
Do you have anything you
I'm
want to
cool.
add to that question?
I gave you guys the good mics for a reason.
Where do you draw inspiration from?
Movies and music.
Movies and music. Okay.
Music's a great one.
Yeah.
If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, go download them. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and I think that's it. Go download them there, give them a listen. If you want to watch full episodes, which I tell you what, it's even better to do that, go to club.themotoacademy.com because Moto Academy subscribers inside of the app have exclusive access to watch the entire episodes. And not only that, the subscribers actually can send in their questions to be answered on the podcast as well. Club.themotoacademy.com. Go subscribe.